I just beat Silent Hill F, and I'm going to go ahead and answer the question that's on everyone's mind. Is this game good, and is it worth my time? Yes. Silent Hill F is a great game, and even a great Silent Hill game, and you can close the video right now if that's all you needed to hear. Or if you were going to go to the comments and tell me why that's not the case, you can go ahead and close the video as well, because I don't give a shit. Now, if you want to hear the rest of what I have to say, let's just jump into it. Silent Hill F is a good game through and through. Yes, it has some flaws, but I do recommend it if you like horror games. And listen, I do understand, to a degree, the complaints from the Silent Hill community who aren't jiving with this game. But for me, it's a really great game with a great story, great characters, and even if the pacing is a little slow, absolutely nails the main themes of the series, and the gameplay, while a little unwieldy at times, does the job it needs to do. So let's cover the common complaints about the game right now. Number 1, the combat is slow and clunky and too repetitive. This one I kind of agree with. The combat doesn't feel great, but honestly, I think that's the point. Hinako is not a soldier or a martial arts master or anything like that, so it makes sense to me that she has this huge wind-up for her attacks. She isn't skilled in using weapons. Girl's out here just doing what she can, bro. Goddamn, just cut her some slack. The combat has a learning curve. You shouldn't be mashing the attack button the whole time up until the final hours of the game. Yes, I too had a phase towards the beginning of the game where I hammered the attack button in almost every encounter because I mean, that works for most video games. But I think that just lends credence to Silent Hill F's horror elements. Combat is not easy. It isn't meant to be. It's meant to be clunky. It's meant to be hard to manage, and that makes every encounter even more unnerving. Where in past titles, resource management was a gameplay element that directly reflected its horror themes, Silent Hill F's combat is the same thing to itself, you know what I mean. And even still, the game throws tutorials in your face throughout the entirety of the game to ensure you understand the combat and how it works, and that you have the knowledge and skills to engage with its systems successfully, and with little difficulty as possible. So while I do consider Silent Hill F's out of the ordinary and clunky combat a bit of a knock against the game, it's not that egregious to me. Number 2, because the combat is deeper than that of past titles, it is now more important than ever before, which is not the way other Silent Hill games are. Listen, yeah, I can't really get behind this argument personally. There is a plethora of examples in the video game industry of sequels being vastly different than their predecessors and still being good. Zelda 2, Fallout 3, Resident Evils 4 and 7, Grand Theft Auto 3, there's more, I could keep going. As long as it's done well, people generally see these changes as favorable. I personally think the changes Silent Hill F makes to its gameplay are fine. Everything from the faith and upgrade system, equipping Omamori for passive buffs, the quick selection of items and weapons without the need to go into a menu, and yes, even the unwieldy combat that you have to get used to, all of it still makes for a fun and enjoyable game. Overall, it was a fun time. Yes, I did curse at the game a couple times, but hey, what can you do? That's just how it is sometimes. What can you do? I think, despite the gameplay changes, the central themes of Silent Hill as a series still hold up in F, and this kind of segues into the third point, so I'll elaborate more over there. Number 3, this isn't a real Silent Hill game because it doesn't take place in Silent Hill. Honestly, does that really fucking matter? Because aren't the central themes of Silent Hill games, in the simplest of terms, the fact that the protagonists have skeletons in their closet and the horrors and trials they go through represent some kind of deep inner turmoil within themselves anyway? Because Silent Hill F hits that nail on the head, bro. I don't know what else you want. That's what I think of when I play Silent Hill games. At this point, Silent Hill might as well not represent a physical place, but rather a mental state of being. A decline in sanity. Sure, it's a place verbally referenced by other characters in the game, but to me at least, one that foils the protagonists and their problems rather than the place they physically go to. It may be that too, but I definitely don't consider that to be a necessary component to what makes a Silent Hill game a Silent Hill game. Also, did you take a second to stop and see what Ebisu Gaoka translates to? Huh? Like, I mean, yeah, it's something along the lines of Fisherman's Hill or Lucky Hill, not specifically Silent Hill, but I think the idea of making the town name as close to Silent Hill as possible allows the same level of spirit to exist within the game, if you know what I mean. And that's really cool to me. I remember looking up what does Ebisu Gaoka translate to in English, and being really satisfied that it was just very close to Silent Hill. It elevated the game even more for me. I think I've rambled enough, to be honest. Silent Hill F is a great horror game, and I recommend it to horror fans. I can also still recommend it to Silent Hill fans if you can understand and appreciate that sometimes changes happen to our favorite game franchises, and that's okay. They don't have to be carbon copies of the exact same formula all the time to fit into the franchise. At least I don't think so. As long as they maintain the same spirit most of the time, that's enough to carry the mantle forward in my opinion. If you need a number, I'd give Silent Hill F an 8 out of 10. A couple of flaws, but the main experience is not really dampened by those flaws enough to call the game bad at all. And that's the quickest review of Silent Hill F I could give you. My name is Mitsu Vagrant. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this if you have not already. I'd really appreciate it. Like the video if you enjoyed, and as always, you guys stay safe out there, go play some games, and we'll see you next time.